There was the mine goblins. Oh. Fatal error. System reboot sequence initiated. System diagnostic in progress. Checking coupling matrix. Coupling matrix unstable. Testing arc integrity. Arc okay. Verifying storage integrity. Storage corrupted. Testing external ports okay. Running system startup scripts. Startup scripts okay. Booting operating system. Welcome to Sequoia. Sequios. Initializing user interface. System initializing complete. Okay, bye. Tap for manual reboot. Okay. Error. Automated reboot failed. Damage to brain arc coupler significant. Manual reboot required. Initializing system helper. Okay. Well, let's see here. Interpersonal aptitudes. Bargainer. Primalist. Mentalist. Bureaucrat. A humanoid behavioral pattern in which goods and services are exchanged for equal gain. A humanoid behavioral pattern recognition package that will allow the subject to perceive subconscious primordial tendencies that go unnoticed in conversation, commonly displayed by all humanoids. So some are more susceptible to its compulsory use and influence than others. Okay. Humanoid behavioral pattern in which intentional psychological tricks are used to convince, deceive, or manipulate individuals. Humanoid behavior pattern that compels the majority of toward law and order. Okay. No available hardware. Salutations, Ambrose, and welcome to the Sequios diagnostic tool. If you're reading this, that means your augment's connection to your central nervous system has been compromised. While this is a serious malfunction, the fact that you are reading this prompt means that you have not suffered fatal damage. In a few moments, I will guide you through the manual reboot process. If done correctly, you will gain consciousness according to diagnostics. The likelihood of repeat coupling failure is 83%. Please press continue. Look out for the following symptoms, which may include but are not limited to loss of consciousness, seizures, slurred words, significant memory loss, motor function deterioration, emotional instability, general insanity. Seek immediate medical assistance if able. Please press continue to proceed. Given the significant connection degradation between the arc and your brain, manual reestablishment of core systems is required. Using your diagnostic tool, known as the brain map, I will guide you through reestablishing core connections via artificial neuron material known as X85. While this sounds complicated, I believe you'll find the process rather simple, akin to plugging in a power cord to an outlet. Only in your case, you can increase the amount of power being used, allowing the metaphorical bulb to grow brighter, dimmer, or turn off entirely at your leisure. Please press continue to proceed. On the right screen is the brain map. On the leftmost side contains your X85 total. X85 is a powerful resource that can enhance connectivity between biological elements such as the brain and mechanical augments. The more X85 you distribute to an augment, the better the augment performs. I'm just gonna skip this a little bit. Okay, press the tab button to close the brain map interface. We hope you enjoyed this diagnostic procedure. Have a pleasant day. Holy smokes. No, it's way too low. Assessing lower limb functionality. Move around with acid. This looks like Kane from, like, Soul Reaver or whatever from the back. Now it's like feels too sensitive again. Scanner hardware. Switch to the scanner mode with Alt and check your surroundings. Yeah, now it's too sensitive. It's because when you move, it slows it down, kind of. I don't know. Some things seem to make it so your mouse doesn't move. Right. Test special effects make me think it's of Deus Ex computers. Sure. CRI license case. A well-worn badge case made of bamboo mesh pseudo leather. Crumpled and dirty synthetic fabric case. Identification card, which would typically be displayed in the front opening, seems to be missing. Boot print suggests the case was ignored by passers-by in the tunnel. Sign identifies this location as Section 117, Corridor D of the Trench Site, 11 Quarry. Did somebody say Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver? Yeah, what's up, Suyi? How you doing today? No jumping allowed. Apparently. Limbs assessment continue. Hold shift to test faster movement speed. Axionic surge meter. This is an axionic surge meter. Given the extreme proximity to the axionic web, quarrymen are notified through these alarms as to the threat of an axionic surge. While the surface of the site is heavily defended, many axonic creatures have recently started burrowing underground. Quarries are especially vulnerable given the impossibility of using large-scale ballistic weaponry and the Axon's use of corrosive gas. Many quarries are undermanned and underfunded. As a result, quarries across the Sunder hold the highest axonic fatality rates in the world. Observe the functionality of the alarm. This unit appears damaged by quarry conditions, but nevertheless properly maintained. The risk of axon surge is considerable. Not yet a certainty, but it can be classified as a likelihood. Should the axons overtake the quarry, few people will have the speed and agility to survive. Anyone slowed or injured will almost certainly perish. Hey, you! The big fella in the cloak up there on the wall! Hello? Hey, it speaks! Now mind telling me how you ended up in the middle of a mining tunnel? Unless you're partial of the guild, you're not authorized to be down there. You're not authorized to be down there, mate. The what? The what? The Framers Guild, the ones responsible for all the mining in the quarry. Well, I guess that's a no. Look, mate, you can't be down there. The last thing I need is some idiot getting themselves blown to bits by a demolition charge. Who's talking to me right now? Who are you, and what are you doing in our tunnels? Idiot is not... Idiot's not a word I appreciate. I'm on official CRI business. I need to get through here. I'm looking for Dr. Sarpin. It's urgent that I speak to him immediately. Verbal observations, an audible groan consistent with impatience. You're with the CRI? You're a Cerberoid. Cerebroid, I found that a bit hard to believe, mate. Why can't a Cerberoid be a part of the CRI? I don't care what you believe, I have work to do, now let me through. Yeah, hold on. If you're CRI, where's your badge? It's not wise to delay a CRI investigator. My superiors will be unhappy, which means your superiors will be unhappy. Understood? My superiors will be even less happy if I let you through here without proper clearance. I'll make this very simple for you, mate. Unless you can come up with some better answers as to why you're down there, you're not going anywhere. Yeah, who's talking to me, though? Is there like a security camera? Is that what that is? Maybe that's what that is. Okay, let me see if I can answer them. Oh, look who's back. I'm looking for Dr. Sarpin. Dr. Sarpin? You mean that snobby old Marcodist surgeon? Well, he's not hanging around in the mining tunnel, I can tell you that. Alright, fine. We're colleagues. Sarpin and I. We're doctors in the same medical ward. Dr. Sarpin and I are old friends. Let me through and I'll see that he patches you up should you ever need it. It's quite an offer, mate, but I don't know if an anti-mod hardliner like him would be willing to touch me. What with all the work I've had done? Don't believe everything you hear. I know Sarpin better than that. Access to a real doctor. Didn't think I'd ever have a shot at that. All right, fine. I'll tell you what I know. Sarpin's got a lab somewhere on this level, right beyond this gate at the end of the hall. Last I heard, if you turn right, you passed it. He's also a bit of a shut-in. Doesn't exactly rub elbows with us Italian folk unless he needs something from us. It's about all I got. The foreman ought to know more, though she's a little higher up in the food chain than I am. Go ask her. Maybe she'll point you to him if she's feeling charitable. All right, goodbye. Off you go. I'll be quick about it. If I were you, there's an axionic surge warning in effect. Okay. Remember, straight to the foreman's office. Okay. Oh, God. My goodness, look who it is. Ambrose, the notorious CRI investigator himself, outside my office. I can't imagine what brings you to our humble quarry, but I'm sure the explanation will be fascinating. You've heard of me, then? Heard of you? As a quarry foreman, it's my job to hear of great many things. You do have a rather, shall we say, distinctive look, so I'm sure you grow used to being recognized by strangers, yes? And the stories I've heard. I wonder if I should be afraid. Your reputation is quite terrifying. Perhaps I should call some guards to protect me. If an altercation were to occur, a few humanoid guards would only compound the quarry's losses. Wouldn't you agree? Are you a cascade-ridden Cerberoid? If not, I'd consider fearing other things. I'll go with that. I'm not so easily manipulated. I've heard Cerberoids can rewire their brains to be better negotiators, so you might want to reallocate your X85 if you're hoping to outsmart me. It's a private matter. I'd prefer to be away from the potential prying ears. Let's go into your office. We can talk right here. It's good to experience the beating heart of our quarry. Okay, fine, whatever. Can't imagine you'll need more than a moment of my time. I'm afraid I really must insist we go into your office. I will not speak about my business in public. I completely understand your insistence, truly, but I cannot accommodate you. This is embarrassing for me to admit, but my office is in disrepair due to the recent tectonic instability. Adjusting to less than ideal conditions is part of life at the Trench Site 11. That's true today more than most days. We have a bit of a situation here. You've chosen a dangerous time to visit. I presume you know that there is an axonic surge warning. Perhaps that explains why your neck is bleeding. Okay. Difficulty making eye contact, shuffling, shifting feet, picking at a small cut on her neck, making it bleed. Conclusion: subject is projecting anxiety consistent with deception. Hard to miss with the lights and announcements. Nevertheless, I'm here on important business. I can assume you'll be cooperative, correct, Foreman Hobbs? Maybe that explains why your neck is bleeding. My goodness, so it is. But I'm not sure why you would bring that up. You appear to be scratching at a small injury. I hadn't noticed. These axonic surges have us all on edge. Everyone has, for the most part, evacuated, barring a few of us. These things aren't pleasant, trust me. I get the innate sense that you're uninterested in helping me. So far, you've only thrown obstacles in my path. I can hardly put obstacles in your path if I don't know what path that path is. Perhaps you can care to enlighten me. Oh, given your suspicious arrival and otherwise standoffish attitude, I'm just not certain it's in my best interest to assist you. Okay, great. What a shame. It is your duty to accommodate me. You would not want a reputation as someone who shirks her duty, would you? Demo for a reading sim, yeah. Accommodate me, I think this might be the majority of the game, is like, the idea might be that we're an investigator, and we need to, like, this is very probably it. Accommodate me and I will owe you a favor. I demand you make time. I understand your trepidation, but assisting me is assisting the company. I implore you to reconsider. It's your duty to accommodate me. My duty requires me to protect the people of the quarry from danger, and that's what I'm doing. But I suspect you would not be so insistent without good reason. Proceed, Ambrose. You have my full attention. I'm looking for someone, a doctor named Sarpin. Is he expecting a visit from you? Yes, I have a letter from him. A letter? How intriguing. May I see it? Well, I don't have it any longer. Well, isn't that convenient? It's a curious coincidence that you should be here, today of all days, asking after Sarpin. I don't believe in coincidences. Tell me what's going on. Oh, don't mind me. I see connections where perhaps there are none. I wonder if that's true. You would be wise to tell me what you know. Just say what's on your mind. Well, you'd be wise to tell me what you know. That remains to be seen. Bro, come on! So let's stop dancing around the issue. The axonic threat is more dire than it is generally known. There's been a massive and unusual activity in the crater fields. A particularly deadly surge is likely. There's every chance that this quarry will have to be evacuated before the end of the day. So as you can imagine, things are rather tense around here. What else can I help you with? I need to know more about this area, its workers, and general situation. There's not much to explain. We're mining stone to hold back the Axons, but you know as much. In any case, you're clearly after something. And yes, I've heard the stories, that you pursue your goals ruthlessly, destroying those who get in your way. I, for one, certainly hope that that's not true. I would hate to find myself under your boot. Hoof, claw? Now that we both know just how serious you are, would you please tell me what you really want? This dialogue feels weird to me. Like, it's just so roundabout. Like, just purposely wasting time is kind of how I feel about this dialogue right now. Yeah, it's very circular. Okay, as a CRI investigator, I demand free reign to conduct my business here. Come on now, would you... Okay, like... Perhaps we can assist one another. It does sound like our interests are aligned. I'll help you find Sarpin. Lovely, I'm delighted that we can work together. Now then, let me tell you what I know. You wanted to find Sarpin the whole time. You wanted Sarpin. Sarpin is missing. There's indications that he may have been hurt, possibly even abducted. I worry that if we don't find him before an evacuation is ordered, it will be too late. Despite being off the books, Dr. Sarpin is important to this quarry for a number of reasons. You're a skilled detective, or so I've been told. As luck would have it, you have your own personal interest in him. And I've been thoroughly convinced of your value, helping me out aligns with my needs quite nicely. Perhaps. But I need to learn more before making any decisions. Every game writer should have to go read a Baldur's Gate 3 conversation. This is like a chapter of dialogue in Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah? There are dialogue trees and there are dialogue forests. Yeah, very much so. Oh my god, oof. Please, no. Oof, come on. Now that you said it, now that's what's gonna happen. Oh, come on! Okay. That's why I think you should take this Intellian Clans and Customs module. It should be backwards compatible with your ARC, I believe. It contains a working knowledge of Intellian culture. When I first was assigned here, it was invaluable. These people can be undisciplined. I have no further need of it. I'm sure it will assist you as it assisted me. But you're the investigator. You know what's best to do. I find it hard to believe you would just give away something so valuable. What I value is finding the doctor before he comes to harm. Consider the mod initial payment for your services, nothing more. Now, are you ready to begin looking for Sarpin? I'm ready. I knew you were equal to the challenge. I'll be waiting for you at Sarpin's clinic. Walk back the way you came and take the left. The door should be open for you now. Holy smokes. Okay. Intellian Clans and Customs. So I can just like min-max all the, like, whatever I want in any given thing. It's kind of interesting. It probably said that in the tutorial, but there's just very, even the tutorial was pretty long-winded. I went to my notes. I looked. There's an axionic surge warning in the quarry. Yeah, okay. Oh, I have to left click to get rid of that. A brain mod has been added to your inventory. Yep, we did that. Oh, look, it's Hobbs again. This is where Sarpin saw patients and conducted his research. Have a look around. I'm eager to learn what your trained observations can tell us. Okay. The microscope lies on the floor, surrounded by shattered beakers, a broken autoclave, and dozens of blood sample containers. The desktop is strewn with metal etchings, writing style, and disordered files. Attempt to draw a conclusion based on the current state of the office. Leaving a desk like this would be unacceptable within quarry protocol. Neatness and precision are required of quarry employees. On a nearby shelf, a hot plate and several test tubes and the test tube holders are messily pressed together. A Clan EDSA insignia can be found etched into the bottom of the hot plate. The equipment placement suggests someone cleaned up quickly, but lacked the time or motivation to make certain the items appeared as a doctor would order them. Embedded in the wall is a wooden box that opens to reveal a carved shape, a vertical line with several smaller horizontal branches. It appears to have been previously hidden behind a panel that now lies broken on the floor. The exterior of the panel is identical to the rest of the wall, and the fit is designed to be precise and leave no visible seams. Someone not looking for it would likely not notice that there was anything here at all. Attempt to speculate on the nature of this marking. There's something familiar here. It's similar to shifter technology used for communication. This sort of technology can also be used in lieu of a combination, which is one might have with a safe, such as one might have with a safe. What's being hidden and by whom? Hidden by Sarpin or from him? More questions than answers so far. On the floor, covered with fine debris and a few drops of blood, is a metal etching with a pattern carved into it. The dust suggests etching was dropped long ago and forgotten. These appear to be deliberate markings, not mere scratches or artistic doodles. Attempt to decipher them. The pattern appears to contain a meaning, but that meaning remains elusive. There may be more to discover about this item. Streaky patterns of blood mark the floor. The pattern suggests someone made an effort to clean it, but possibly ran out of time. Perpetrator was inexperienced or driven by passion. The rush cleanup suggests someone was covering their tracks, or maybe planting false tracks. Blood never lies. Arms dealer. Hello. Well, hello. Can't say I've seen you around here before. Let me guess. The arms dealer, is that right? Guilty as charged, friend. On his belt is an ornate medallion of precious metal. These medallions are given to graduates of the Foundry, a trade school controlled by Clan Amina that specializes in matrix forging. Okay. I'll get to the point. I'm conducting a missing persons investigation on behalf of the foreman Hobbs. Have you ever heard of Dr. Sarpin? Ah, the good doctor. Rather peculiar fellow that one. It's weird to me that they have, like, such exaggerated kind of like character for like each line of dialogue. I'm not sure if this is like supposed to be a potential clue as to whether or not they're lying or not, or whatever. But you're not part of the Framers Guild. Why did Hobbs send you? I work for the CRI. We're good at finding people. So I've heard your people have quite the reputation. Anyway, what would you like to know, investigator? Okay, tension at the edges of his mouth, consistent with signs of anxiety. Okay. I have reasons to suspect foul play. Did he have any enemies down here? He was a marketist in the quarry, a rather elitist one at that. Add to that his refusal to install body mods, and he was bound to rub someone the wrong way eventually. I don't like the marketists. Do you? The marketists gather up all the best tech for themselves and leave us to work with whatever scraps we can find. Hi, Kiki. Yeah. You want to come say hi to chat, Kiki? Oh, come here. Come here, Kiki. Come on. Come on, Kiki. Hey. Where are you going? Kiki. Come on, say hi, Kiki. You just want to come and yell at me? Kiki. You don't want to. She said chat stinky. All right, catch you later, Greg. All right. I think I'm about done with this. This is definitely not a game for me. Okay. Sorry, that's just that ain't for me. So it's like a dialogue driven RPG. Use your interchangeable maybe, or you use your flexible social skill augment stuff to use your social skills augment stuff to interrogate and investigate extremely dialogue heavy. Has some interesting lore. Like, I like the idea of you being this kind of cyborg-ish kind of thing that has the ability to, like, adjust your mental capabilities in certain areas on the fly. But, like, I almost feel like it should just be, like, something that you, like some kind of a mini game that you do, like, in conversation, rather than it being, like, setting up outside of dialogue. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to give it a 2. I didn't, it's not, like I said, I didn't care for it. It's not for me.